everybody, and welcome to Train Sim Multi. Welcome to the Island Line 2022. First video, I thought I'd combine my sort of first reactions and a little reskin. Got a beautiful Welcome to Shanklin board here, fit with the altered Class 484. That's quite a, well, I wouldn't say nice touch, but it's a bit unique. Right, let's get our train ready for departure. We got to put R. I won't use too much of the shortcuts because I think I'm gonna enjoy it more if I do that. We will open the right hand doors. I will use some of the guards panel features as well later on. Let's get all of our safety systems cut in. The destination board's already set. We'll turn the saloon lighting on, turn our headlights to day because that's what it is, and we are going now to turn this guards panel on, so I need to unlock it there and put the key in, and we're also going to turn this guards panel on, so I've got to put the key in as well, but we're going to close that one up. We are going to set all doors except that one to close. We're going to run to the back of the train because we need to put the cab door like that. The headlights are set incorrectly. I want tail lights. We can close up, and now we can come back through this open door, and we can close it with the local control. The guards close, and that doesn't play the warning tone or anything. Actually, I will cover the flap. Right, and let's go. Now this thing does accelerate pretty fast, but it brakes like an old woman in a walker. It's a nice desto board there. So yeah, it takes 300 years to stop this thing. It is so sluggish. But as you can, we got 7 notches of throttle and only 3 of brake. But yeah, it should be fine. This isn't the absolute tip-top livery, but yeah, it hasn't been out for a while, so this was the best that I could find. Speeding along. I suspect that I will have another look at it. Like a D78 stock livery for this. We just went past a fixed distance. Yeah, I suspect I will have a look at that again in the future. But for now, this is what we got. I also have a lot of other liveries, some that I'm going to sort through. I've got a Transport for Wales, just to whet your appetite slightly. I've got Transport for Wales whistle board. We use the horn there, and then whistle when we're slightly closer. I have Transport for Wales, and I also have some of the actual island line. So I'm going to see if there's a dot pack available. So I'm going to run all the scenarios and basically just run the line using a dot pack, which has proper branding. Until that becomes available, we're going to use the livery that we have, etc. Right, so we're going to go full brakes now. Probably going to be too late, but you can see what I mean when I say this thing has pretty... I mean, it's all right, but it doesn't feel like a tube train. The brakes, they don't feel good up to that standard. So we'll go strong brakes now. And they don't... You know, I would see we've overrun that by a door length, so I'm going to pull back a little bit. But you would expect at lower speeds that the brakes, especially on an old tube train, you'd expect them to be a lot better, but they simply aren't. But that's okay. We are a little bit late, I think that's fair to say. Just going to trigger that one again. We're going to open the... No, we're going to open... No, we're going to open the guards. That's the one. We're going to control ourselves from the guards door. I do like how you can see the doors there. That's a really cool feature. And now we're going to close the doors. They've even done a fake SWR map. And we'll close the guards door, and we'll shut that up. Ding ding, and away. Actually, we'll go full throttle straight off. You can see the wicked I mean, it's not actually that brilliant, but for a third rail EMU, it's not terrible. I think Viva Rail have some work to do on the brakes, however. A lot of work on the brakes. We're already at line speed. That would have taken a lot longer on the 483. But regardless, one thing I have noticed is it doesn't appear that there are any AWS ramps. I don't think AWS is a thing on this route, only TPWS. So there's not really any simulated safety features apart from DSD, so Vigilance, and the DRA. Which is still better than what we had previously, but it's still not brilliant. So yeah, I'm adopting a strategy of when I pass a whistle board, of blowing the horn at the board, and then blowing the whistle when I actually get to the foot crossing. Partly because I just like listening to the whistle. It is very nice. Yeah, mostly that, actually. And one thing I have noticed is this is one of the newer trains in the UK, so it doesn't have specific day-night lighting. Well, that's actually a lie. It does, but... we'll just not speed here. The night, as you can see here from these diagrams, the night lighting just illuminates more of the track, so that you can see if there are any obstructions or anything else on the line. The day lighting just projects the light purely forwards so that other people on the line can see. It would have been nice, because you can see if I turn these to markers, you can see that the white lights there turn on. So I think night lights should probably have... Where's day? Night lights should probably include the... they should probably include the markers as well, just for extra brightness. The doors do take forever to open as well, but I presume that's because I had to replace the door drive mechanism from air operated to electricity operated. The seating remains basically the same. It is some very nice stuff on the interior. Let's get the doors set to close. Just make sure that all of that's correct. You can close the guard's door, lock that up, come and sit down. Wait for our interlock to come up. There we have it. Let's get moving. So this is where I have the biggest problem. Sandown is completely wrong. It's not a problem per se, but it is, yeah, it's wrong. This should be completely cut. All of these tracks should be basically up to the railhead in dirt. There should be grass growing in between the tracks here. This isn't pretty, but we have sparks, and that's all that matters. The sparks are really nice, I have to say, and the sounds as well. Can we open windows? No. Okay. Can we open cab doors? The power does also stop applying very quickly as well, which is nice. Next stop is braiding. I'll take you for a sneak peek of the signal box at braiding, which we can now enter and explore. That's very cool. We're going to the pier head because this does have the correct new timetable, which has a train every half hour. Between Esplanade and Shanklin during peak, but only there's alternating trains terminating at Esplanade and Ryde Pier Head. So Esplanade is served every half hour, but Ryde Pier Head is only served hourly because the ferries only run hourly, and there's really no point in running a train to an empty pier head with no ferry at it. So that sort of makes sense to me. But there's only every second train at Ryde Pier Head. So if you own this route and you want to go to the pier, make sure it's Ryde Pier Head and not Esplanade. Make sure that's correct. Still quite a lot of foot crossings as well. Oh, a bit of lag there. Anyway, we're going to start applying some stage 1 brakes. to bring our speed down for the 15 limit through Braiding. I think there's actually, or it might be only when you've stopped at the station, but yeah, I think it probably only after you've stopped at the station, but there's a notional 5 mph limit until the front of the train passes the crossing. I think that's what it means, because there are similar boards that mean that in Australia. So I would assume that is a 15 through the crossing as well. Brakes aren't brilliant, or I guess they might be, but they just take a while to apply, which is a pain. But if I show you what the sign I'm talking about, let's actually fly in a straight line. This one here, 5 with a whistle. So I presume that means once you start off after stopping, you blow the whistle, and then you wait at 5 mph until you pass. Anyway, we have another train approaching. This one's in an actual South Western Railway livery, the actual one that runs on this line. And let us open doors on that side. I might stop using the guards panel now, so I've given you the demonstration on how they work, so I'm going to turn them off and lock them. Not that that does anything, but I'm going to just do that for the sake of it. And I'll do all of the door procedures from this side. I'll just open that as well. Okay, close the doors. Okay, you're going to close. Gonna close. I've got my interlock. Could I take power? It says all the doors are closed. Oh well. Okay. Can I take power? Does it not let me take power until that door's closed? Ah, okay. So the cab doors are connected to the interlock, it would appear. A bit of a pain, can't have any ventilation, but I guess there's probably some aircon in here. I should hope so. Okay. And we are not stopping at Sandown. We can go up to 40 in a moment. I'll turn the instrument lights on as well. But yeah, you can interact with quite a lot of things here. Test lamp, fault. What is that? Oh, I can test them. Okay. Up to 40 mph. Yeah, got a coupling things, wheel slide protection. So that's if you start slipping around. Wipers, reduced power, so I presume that is if you're in wet weather, you can turn that on and you'll accelerate slower but have better grip, I suppose. That, I presume, is if the line current goes, so you can see that's flashing because we can have dead zones. These arrows here on the telephone control the destination, so you can see down here on this screen is our destination. Now we've got our faults. These shouldn't do anything, I don't think, and our hazards, which don't work, unfortunately, although hazards are a standard feature of most trains. That's the blind, pretty standard, everything else. And generally throttle 1 will hold your speed, I've noticed, especially when you're going up at 40 or 45, it will do a pretty good job of that. Got cab lights over here, they don't do too much in the day, and we got a spotlight which also doesn't do too much. I've seen the cab light's that one, and the spotlight, that's the one on the left. Yeah. I presume both of them at the same time do a fair bit, but yeah. That's alright, we'll leave them both off for now, we don't really need them. We'll go up to 45 now. As I hit, because we're going uphill, throttle 2 will more or less hold our speed, but that's okay. We have that reduction to 30 miles an hour coming up soon. That's at the end of Smallbrook. Now on the flat, I can pull the throttle back to throttle 1, and I'm pretty certain it will stay fine there. Going downhill, so I pull the throttle off, a bit of brakes, that should hold. Nice. It is actually quite a nice little route, a nice train, and I think it's the best thing that Rivet has produced by a long way, by a very long way. Let's go a bit of power. I think the scrolling desto might be a bit slow, but what do I know? Surely you could just simplify that to say Pierhead. Everyone would know. Alright. Yeah, you can see our AWS Sunflower is still lit up. So, there aren't any AWS ramps on this route, but it does have AWS, so if you put it on another route, it will work there. And because this just runs on 750 volt DC, you can take this anywhere. You could run this on the London to Brighton. There are some southern liveries already on Creators Club, so you totally could do that if you wanted. I'm going to bring our speed down to 30. Immediately bring it up to 45 again. There it is. No, it didn't want brakes. It's very sensitive. Very sensitive. And we have Doppler effect on the horn, which is fantastic and delicious. Nice. Got a, well, I presume that's a fixed semaphore. Fixed distance signal. Go some brakes soon. Got a clear semaphore there. Clear outer home, I suppose, unless that's just a regular home signal. I don't think there are any other signals guarding the platform, so I'll call that an outer home because it's not strictly on the platform, but that's fine. Okay, and brake 1 will hold us there nicely. Brake 2 as we hit the platform. Hear that truck sound in the background. And max brake now. Emergency brake is even worse. Okay. Right. This is quite bad performance. This is really quite poor braking. But yeah, you can see in the depot over here there is a bit of stuff happening. Got 2 trains out and about. Wonder if I could try and get their headlights going. Are we early? Yes, we are early. That's nice. Come on. I like how you can use either of the 2 like keyholes to work that. That's the blind. I didn't ask for the blind. That's the headlights. Oh, day. There you go. And you as well. Just for the screenshot abilities is an essential part of making a screenshot. Come on. Day. There you go. There you go. Much better. Okay, and let's get the doors to locked. Or maybe not. I was going to try and go outside, but it's fine. Right, and we'll get up to 20 miles an hour. We won't use full power here because we're pretty good for time and the speed limit drops very quickly. Right, cool. I don't think we'll pass any other train. No, because we passed that train at Braiding, I think it was. Oh, I didn't show you the signal box at Braiding. Okay, I'll tack that on at the end of the video. What I will show you is these junction indicators here, which are very cool. They light up when appropriate. We have to the left. Can they have centre? Okay, clearly not. But they're the same on the other ones. All of the junction indicators are like that. That's a nice touch. Surely this part of the route could be upgraded. You can put some like banking on there, because that is perfectly flat. There's no super elevation on that. You know, you can whack some super elevation on that and pull the line speed up to 30 at least. That'll knock a minute off the travel time. Actually, I could actually calculate how much super elevation you'd need to increase the line speed to 30 miles an hour, and then how much time that'd take off. Then I guess there's a cost to everything. In the cab. Right, now we can turn on our cab lights. Now they will actually do something. Next stop, Esplanade. Where it goes back to single track. See, the headlights really aren't that powerful, and we can turn them to night lights, and you can see that they're not that useful. Really not that useful. Anyway, going uphill, so I'll knock some power on. Just to keep up to the speed. Okay, and we'll go some brakes now, just because the platform is pretty... well, it's actually not small at all. I think they cut the tracks, did they, or not? But these tracks here are more or less completely unusable now. Come on, let's get a spark here. Oh, okay. Stop a bit soon. That's okay. There's a lot of detail, though. There's a lot of detail. I do like the snowplow on the front as well. That's a really nice touch. Simply very epic. But the platform feels a bit long. I think it should end about here IRL, but that's fine. Got our fixed caution here. I don't know why you wouldn't just stick an AWS ramp here and make it nice, but whatever. What would I know? Because it doesn't really matter that much, I'll open the cab door and see just how far we can get around on the beach. Because I know that's been changed. There's the ramp, so we can get up onto the platform. I think we should be able to walk right round past the bus station, and we should be able to walk all the way round. I'm not sure how far this way we can go. Yeah, we can only go up to there. But we can go up over here. Yes. You can see we can walk all the way around onto the beach. I think we can more or less touch up to the hovercraft. Oh, we can go through the hovercraft. Okay. You can run up here. No, we can't. But you can go up onto the garden. I'll just see that. We can teleport back to the cab. That's not a problem. But we can walk all the way up here, and that is that's not a bug. That's a design feature. So you can watch the trains as they progress. But we'll jump back to the cab, and we'll go. We can go back to we can fly over to this vantage point and watch the trains from here. Oh no, we can't because the cab door's open. There we go. It was a bit silly. That is actually pretty sick. Can That's really nice. That's so weird though as well. Oh, the water looks spectacular as well. There are boats in the water. There are boats. That is a very strange sight, seeing a tube train, a 2-carriage long tube train run along there. That is very peculiar. Anyway, we are nearing the end of this journey. At Pierhead. No, I didn't want throttle, I wanted brake. Moron. So we are going to go some brakes here because the platform speed is still 15 for some stupid reason. Speed that one up, but yeah, whatever. We are going to pull as close up to the buffer stops, well, they're not really buffer stops, it's a sand drag, as I can. I wonder if they are counting, yeah, they're counting that as a signal, so I don't want to bounce it. I've overrun it anyway. Okay, I want that, I think. Yeah, the door, 2 of the doors are covered, but that's fine. Does it matter? No. Oh, look at that loading sequence. Bouncing around. Okay, and we're locking our doors up now. Okay, and that's it. So, oh, no, braiding. Yes, braiding. Right. It's about to clock off, but no, we're looking at braiding. I will show you braiding. Even if it kills me. I hope it doesn't, though. Right, explore on foot. That's fine. Braiding, that's braiding. Is that braiding? That is braiding. Let's not have it 8 o'clock, 3 o'clock, that's fine. Or it'll be 3:45. Or screenshots. Don't you just love a good screenshot? Right, braiding. Up away, over the bridge, down the bridge that's actually closed at the moment. Boarding ramp, very cool. And up we go. We have some little cabin down there. That'll be a mechanical interlocking room. And we've got the actual box. We've got the actual stuff. Occupied, on, downline, normal. This is the map. Signal box hasn't been used for a while, so you can see there used to be some sidings. Which one's the up? Up, so that's towards Ride. So you can see there used to be another branch that would go off here. That's really cool. But the Ride branch has always been single track, but over here on platform 3 it looks like there was another branch line that went off, and it was really complicated interlocking. It's got all of these stuff, but now there are 2 signals here. One there, and there are 2 sets of points for each of the tracks. Anyway, I wonder if there's a train coming actually. Right, where are the desto boards? Falling off buildings. That's cool. Right, what do you say? Ugh. 4:01 and same time. Okay, right. No trains for 15 minutes. No point waiting. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.